let's solve the inequation x minus 1 divided by x plus 3 bigger or equal 0. We can see that we want to calculate the values of the x that makes this fraction on the left to be positive, that's bigger, or equal 0. What we have to do to solve this is get in the numerator and make it equal 0. And from here we have x equal 1. Now, the same thing with the denominator to make it equal 0. And from here we obtain that x is equal to minus 3. Now, we've done this, that for our fraction to be bigger or equal 0 means that it is bigger, it is a positive number. Let's represent these values on a straight line. First let me remind you that the number 1 and the number minus 3 makes the numerator and the denominator, each one makes it 0. So now, here we go with the representation on the line. Here we have on the left side the minus 3 and on the right the 1. The minus 3 that makes the denominator 0. We know that a fraction with denominator 0, it makes a fraction with nonsense, so it cannot be a solution. That is represented by a circle with nothing inside. But, on the other hand, the 1 makes the numerator 0. And, as we want the values that makes the equation bigger or equal 0, when a fraction is 0 divided by something, that is 0, that is a real number. So, for the value x equal 1, let's draw a point, not a circle, a point. So, the 1 would be included in the solution because it makes the fraction equal 0. Now let's study the intervals of the fraction x minus 1 divided by x plus 3. Let's go with a value smaller than minus 3, that is, for example, minus 4. Between minus 3 and 1, it could be 0, and bigger than 1, 2, for example. As we can see, the straight line is divided in 3 intervals, from minus infinite to minus 3, from minus 3 until 1, and from 1 till the infinite. The only number that makes us problems is just the minus 3, because it makes the denominator equal 0. As it is a quotient of polynomials where our main problem is just the minus 3, in each of the intervals we have a fraction that can be studied, that is different from 0. So, our fraction, as the numerator and the denominator are polynomials, this fraction will have continuity. So, we will always obtain a result from substituting the number of each interval on our fraction that will make the fraction have the same sign in each interval. So the sign will stay the same from minus infinite to minus 3, from minus 3 until 1 a different sign, and from 1 until the infinite it could have a possible different sign. So let's study the sign in each interval. For doing this, as I said before, we just have to substitute the numbers on the x. So let's go with the minus 4. We would have minus 4 minus 1 divided by minus 4 plus 3. That is equal minus 5 divided by minus 1. So minus 5 divided by minus 1 is plus 5. That is a plus sign. let's go with the 0. 0 minus 1 divided by 0 plus 3, that is minus 1/3. Negative sign. So from minus 1 till 1, from minus 3, until 1, we will have a minus sign. And now with the 2, we have 2 minus 1 divided by 2 plus 3, that is equal to 1/5. Positive sign. So from 1 till the infinite, we have a positive sign. Let me remind you that we're looking for the values that makes the equation, the fraction, bigger or equal 0. So the solution will be this, the first interval and the third interval, from the infinite until minus 3, but the minus 3 not included, and from 1 till the plus infinite, where the 1 would be included in the infinite, in the solution, Let's write down here the solution. So that is the interval from minus infinite until minus 3 not included, of course, and now from 1 included till plus infinite. This would be the result for the given inequation.